Network Entertainment.
Welcome to Let's Talk. On this podcast, what we're supposed to do is decode, unbox, and unpack. But for this episode, I have a very special guest, someone I've been chasing for the last year na ba? Ang tagal-tagal na dahil balita ko mga 200, 100 ang mga messages niya sa Viber. So, our guest is Undersecretary Nicolas Torre III or Nick Torre. He is the general manager now of the Metro Manila Development Authority or MMDA, but he was more popularly known just last year as the Chief PNP na nakapag-aresto kay Apollo Quiboloy at kay former President Duterte. General, I should still call you General Torre. It's so weird. General Torre, GM Torre, thank you so much for agreeing to this interview finally po.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay. And medyo dikit po natin yung microphone sa bibigyan. Ganun sa podcast
Yes.
iba sa TV. But anyway, sir, let's start with this as MMDA General Manager, you're introducing or trying to reinforce the idea of biking to work, no? Can you talk to us about that? Why is that so important?
Well, for one, nakikiayon ang panahon. May nakaamba na krisis sa fuel sa langis. So even before that, I realized that one of the things that we really have to promote is active mobility. And we need to shift our focus from being car-centric to something that will move people efficiently. So, of course, ang number one talaga dyan is public transport, mass transport. No. But aside from mass transport, isa sa mga nakita kong pwedeng i-promote is active mobility, specifically biking and walking to work. Because Metro Manila is a very compact metropolis. Ang EDSA natin is from end to end is nasa 22 to 25 kilometers lang, depende kung saan mo simulan yan. At napakalapit lang. 22 kilometers, 20 kilometers is a bikeable distance. Daily commute, kayang-kaya ng bisikleta yan for fit people.
Kung magbisikleta kayo, mga ilang minuto lang kumpara sa kung nakakotse kayo.
I save around 20% kung rush hour. I save around 20% of the time. So, kung kami ay manggagaling sa bahay ko, 17 kilometers away, ang difference yan ng aming biyahe is mga around 15 minutes. So, active mobility is really the way to go. Kasi, overloaded na talaga ang Metro Manila eh. Maraming mga guest kami na from other countries na sinasite nila sa ganitong lugar ay ganito ang traffic system, ganito ang mga traffic controls, kaya ganitong technology dapat ang inyong i-adapt din dito sa Metro Manila, ganon. Kaya walang traffic kasi kahit na maraming tao. Totoo yun, maraming tao ang kanilang mga cities, may mga malalaking cities sa ibang bansa. Pero ang density, ayun. Density, pinapakita ko ng statistics, madali naman sa Google matingnan yan eh. Ang density nila is 2,000 residents o 2,000 people per square mile.
Square mile. Okay, tayo.
At the peak ng kanilang mga metropolis, yung talagang mga big cities nila na talagang compact talaga, highly urbanized, 30,000 per square mile. Manila nasa 110,000 per square mile. Sabi ko, anong solusyon?
may solusyon ba?
So, ang solution talaga is really mass transport, reduce the number of private vehicles on the road, and introduce more efficient ways of moving around. Motorcycle is a very efficient way. Ang footprint niya napakaliit, ang daming sakay.
Yeah.
And of course, bicycles.
Pero yung biking to work, kasi people would say, do we have safe bike lanes? I mean, everybody would like to bike, but then, am I going to be safe? Am I going to get home alive? Am I going to get to work alive? Am I going to be, okay ba?
The government is really investing on making the bikeable and walkable city. No, andyan, DPWH, si Secretary Vince Dizon is really gung-ho and really pushing forward despite so many, may mga nag-o-oppose din talaga ng mga car-centric ang mindset na talagang pinopromote niya ang making bigger bike lanes, protected bike lanes. Minsan ngayon, ang ginagawa nila is gusto nila elevated bike lanes para talagang hindi maakyatan ng mga four wheels. And of course, better pedestrian lanes para maging walkable. No? So, talagang nag-i-invest ang gobyerno sa active mobility. Including the DOTR kay Secretary Banoy Lopez. So, they're really doing everything to fast-track the improvement of the infrastructure that will support active mobility. Sa ngayon, ay nagkakaroon na kasi ng chicken and egg sa argument eh. Alin na mauna, yung infrastructure or yung tao muna must choose this active mobility so that the government can support them on this matter. Pero mas nakakalamang siyempre ang reasoning na the city first has to choose the people to bike. So we provide the bike lanes, the protected bike lanes, the policies, and of course itong ginawa namin itong March 17. We inaugurated the shower rooms for the end-of-trip facilities.
Okay.
Kasi talaga namang unavoidable
Saan to
talaga.
yung shower room, sir?
Sa tabi lang ng MMDA.
Okay.
In the corner of Julia Vargas and Meralco Avenue, meron kaming facility doon na Motorcycle Riding Academy. Nilagyan namin ng 8 cubicles, ang 4 ay shower, ang 4 ay toilet facility. Para sa end-of-trip facility, na para ang kababayan natin na magbibisikleta o maglalakad at kung sila ay nasa Ortigas Center area lang, pwede silang mag-freshen up doon bago pumunta sa kanilang mga opisina.
Okay. 8 baka magkulang? Hindi.
Tingnan muna natin.
Tingnan muna natin.
Depende sa take-up ha. Kasi ang ginamit namin is container vans eh. So it's very easy to it's very easy to scale that up.
Yeah.
So pag dumami, madali lang magdagdag tayo, mag-scale up tayo.
Okay.
And we're in talks now with Maynilad and Manila Water and Meralco for them to at least subsidize, if not provide the water for free.
Water and electricity ng
for free,
Meralco.
yeah.
Okay. And then, like you said, tingnan natin kung ano. So, kaka-launch lang. Pero ang daming nagre-react sa Facebook. Nagsasabi, sige, general, makikigamit ako ng shower. Diba?
Yeah.
Kasi sabi nyo, come one, come all eh.
Yeah.
Pero,
may mga positive reactions. Pero alam mo, marami pa rin ang negative reactions na nagsasabi nga. Dahil nga chicken na nagiging situation eh. Na alimbang nauna, mag-provide ng facilities or mauna muna ang mga siklista na mag-cycle muna para ma-provide ng facilities. So, pero sa ngayon sa atin, the city has to choose. The Metropolis, Metro Manila has to choose first the cyclist. So we complete yung kailangan ng isang siklista. We have the bike lanes, we have the policy, and then we have now the end-of-trip facility. So hopefully, with that, more people will be encouraged to use the bicycle in going to work.
yeah. Ang dami yung naiisip na bagong programa. For example, itong 5-minute rule. And then at the same time, meron na naman kayong fun run sa November. Pag-usapan po natin yon.
Yung 5-minute rule kasi, isa sa mga kailangan naming i-implement. Kasi as it is right now, under normal conditions, ang ating mga kalsada ay medyo overcapacity. Okay? EDSA is designed for 250 to 300,000 vehicles per day, and it's now carrying 475 to 500,000 cars per day for a congestion rate of around 48 to 52%. It's very congested. Ngayon, normal yon. Kung may magbanggaan pa at wawalain pa ang isang lane dahil mag-usap muna yung nagkabanggaan kung sino magbabayad na insurance, we need to resolve that very quickly. So, ang aming pinopromote is just call us in Metrobase 136 and then we'll send to you ang traffic enforcer at saka investigator para ma-resolve na kagad ang inyong concern.
Within 5 minutes?
Within 5 minutes. At kaya naman dahil sa bawat kanto naman, andyan naman ang ating mga tauhan.
Okay.
So, sa ngayon, ang aming additional na add-ons na service dyan is that while the enforcer and the investigator is traveling sa area of incident within that 5-minute time, ang ating mga tao naman, simultaneously, ang mga tao natin sa Metrobase, nagre-review ng mga CCTV. Tapos, kukunin na yung mga screenshot, i-render na, i-call na yung mga clip, yung video clip ng banggaan kung nakuhanan. And then, pagdating ng ating enforcer doon, kausapin na lang yung parties involved at tanungin, ano bang gusto nyo? Meron kami ritong video clips at pictures na ng inyong banggaan. Pwede ba? Kunin namin ang Viber number nyo, isend namin sa inyo para doon kayo sa tabi na wala na sa roadway, wala na sa carriageway, so that pag kung kayo mag-usap, kung ano man ang inyong mapagkasunduan, kung kanino ang liability, sino magbabayad, aling insurance ang gagamitin, doon na sa tabi, na wala na rito sa, wala nang obstruction sa kalsada. And we want to finish all of those incidents within 10 minutes.
Okay, 5-minute rule, 10 minutes. Okay. However, sir, hindi po ba kapag may ganong collision or accident on a roadway, pwede naman talagang itabi kahit wala pang traffic investigator. Hindi po ba? You can take pictures, kayong dalawang driver, you take pictures of the whole, of the two vehicles, then you make a sketch, magpirmahan kayo, exchange driver's license, and then itabi na kaagad yung sasakyan. Kasi baka sabihin ng mga tao, hindi ko itatabi yung sasakyan hanggat hindi dumarating yung investigator. Paano po yun?
Mga dating pag-iisip kasi yan eh. Yung mga time na wala pa yung cellphone, wala pa yung camera, na pag mga kailangan mong investigador.
Kasi hanggang ngayon, sir, minsan nasa gitna ng kalsada.
Yung mga dating pag-iisip yan eh. Mga remnants ng pag-iisip yan eh. Na kailangan hintayin natin yung investigador kasi sketch pa yan. Hindi na uubra rito sa atin ngayon eh. Pag ginawa natin yan, ang isang na pag-aralan namin na pag may nagbanggaan at na occupy ang isang lane lang. In 5 minutes, ang backup niyan is 1 kilometro na. So, ganun ka fragile yung ecosystem ng kalsada natin. So, we really cannot afford to have any obstruction out of the ordinary. Kaya nga pag yung may mga diggings, may mga roadworks, we try as much as possible to set it sa schedule na manipis ang traffic. Kasi pag oras na tinamaan ng rush hour yan, ay talaga namang magmumultiply yung congestion.
Yeah, okay. So yung fun run nyo sa November, what is that about?
Actually, November ang first edition, November last year. Ngayon, May. November 16, 2025, nagkaroon kami ng takbo laban sa mga bully. We want to surface these issues about bullying.
Okay.
So,
bullying? What do you mean? On the road rage or bullying in
kasama
general?
na lahat. Covered na lahat. Bullying sa eskwelahan, bullying sa workplace,
Talaga?
bullying sa community, bullying sa kalsada. So, we want to surface all those concerns and issues because by statistics, especially sa estudyante natin, sa mga youth, it's more than 50-55% experienced being bullied one way or the other. So, yun ang statistics na nakita natin na parang hindi pa na-surface at hindi na papag-usapan sa mainstream. So, nilalabas namin. So, this coming May 16, we'll be having the run and bike against bullies. So, yun ang part 2 niya, version 2 niya.
Yeah, okay. You know, sir, I can't help but feel na para akong naninibago when I talk to you about, ito, MMDA matters, traffic, bullying, mga ganon. Kasi syempre, ang pagkakilala sa iyo ng publiko was as the chief PNP who arrested Quiboloy, who arrested Duterte, was a no-nonsense, ramrod straight general. Parang nakakapanibago. Tama ba yung term ko? Parang ganon. Ako yung naninibago. Parang ganon.
Wala namang pinagkaiba yung nakita kong trabaho ko ngayon sa MMDA at saka sa PNP.
Walang pinakaiba talaga?
Parang kasi it's both frontline public service delivery. So, ang tingin ko lang naman dyan sa frontline public service delivery, even in the PNP or the MMDA, it's just a matter of personnel and logistics management and then command and control. Making sure that the persons or the people who will deliver the services together with the support logistics are delivered in the right place at the right time and supervised accordingly. Ganun lang.
Yeah, okay. So what made you decide to accept this job? Because I mean, people were saying from the start, no, nung tinanggal kayo na syempre wag na muna siya mag-resign kasi hawak niya yung 4 stars, yung mga ganun, ano. Maghintay siya ng magandang opportunity, ng magandang appointment. Bakit ito? Bakit tinanggap niyo ito?
Well, for me, nakita ko kasi opportunity to serve. I was about to retire, no? To just leave the PNP even without the even without any position offered.
When was that?
Shortly before, nung December.
December
Nung December
2025.
ako binigyan ng position eh. Pero kung lumampas pa yon, January, umabot na halimbawa natapos na, I'll just retire and fade away. Kasi kung hindi naman kailangan ng gobyerno ang aking serbisyo, eh wala tayong magawa. Eh, kumbaga, ang pagserbisyo publiko, parang basketball team lang. It's teamwork eh. So, may coach tayo, may higher-ups na nag-decide ng kamada ng mga players. So, kung wala ka dun sa lineup, eh, anong magagawa mo?
Yeah.
I would have pursued other interests. Kasi may mga konting negosyo namang naitayo ang pamilya. And I'm ready to pursue a private life, be in business, do something else.
Okay.
So, and also make up time with my family. So, okay na sana. Pero, well, fate has other plans. And I was offered the job. Eh, nakita ko, sabi ko, sige, go. Yan ang sabi ng boss. Di, go.
So, nung
Go for
December,
it.
sinabi sa'yo, MMDA General Manager, ganun. And then, without hesitation, you said yes.
Yeah.
Or it took you a while to think about
madali,
it.
Ang utos naman, kailangan sundin mo kaagad eh.
Were you being like a good soldier? What was going through your mind? Kasi syempre, from Chief PNP to MMDA General Manager, people were saying you could have gotten, another maging ambassador somewhere, a position to reward you for what you did as Chief PNP in spite of the fact that they removed you.
Yun ang in-offer eh. So, it's a job that I saw na, meron itong challenge din. Ito, tingnan natin to. Mga impossible task ito. Tingnan natin kung let's test our mettle in this field. So, sabi ko, sige, go.
Okay. And wala kayong hesitation, ha? I mean, hindi kayo nagdalawang isip. You didn't also think badly about it na parang bakit naman ito yung in-offer? Walang ganon.
Wala naman ganon. Sa akin naman, game naman tayo sa kung ano man ang iutos sa atin eh.
Okay. You were Chief PNP kasi for a little over 3 months.
Yeah, 85
right?
days.
Oh gosh, you can 85 days,
Yeah.
a little over 3 months. And ang tingin sa'yo kasi, you could do no wrong and it seems you did everything right. Okay, so you that's what you're known for eh. The
Depende
arrest,
sa kung
diba?
sinong kausap mo.
Oo, I mean, in the general,
May segment na
ayaw sa'yo.
I did nothing right.
Syempre yung mga pro Duterte. Oo. Yes, of course. Oo. Galit na galit sila sa'yo hanggang ngayon. Yes, sir. But anyway, yung pagtanggal kasi sa'yo, parang on hindsight, when you reflect on it, did you think about what is it that I might have done wrong to get someone angry enough to remove me in spite of what I've already done for the government? Meron ba kayong ganong ano?
Pinag-usapan na namin yan ang appointing authority ng presidente. So I would just I would rather leave it at that. At siya na rin mismo sa podcast niya, sinabi niya rin ang rason niya eh. So yun na yun eh. So napag-usapan na yun and I already put it behind me.
So nung tinanggal kayo, tapos sabi niyo na nga, itong December 2025, that's when you decided, okay, tatanggapin ko na itong MMDA General Manager. But before that offer was made, shortly before that, you were ready to give up public service already, di ba?
I would have.
Kasi syempre, iniisip din ng tao, parang, why would you also wait for so long to resign from the PNP, di ba? And in the process, well, deny General Nartates his 4th star. And then in the end, ganito rin yung mangyayari. I mean, just help us understand what was going on at that time.
For one, may situation ako ng sa rank ko. I was promoted to the 4-star rank in August. I need to hold on to it for 6 months. Para
August 2025, sir.
August 2025.
Okay.
August, September, October, November, December, January, February.
Okay.
So I need to hold on to it
For 6
for
months.
6 months.
So that
No, not August. I was promoted May 29
May. Oo.
May 29. May.
Okay.
So buong June, July, August, September, October, November.
Okay.
December. Para
Yes.
may margin, sabi ko,
Oo.
+1,
Oo.
7.
You need to hold on
Because
to it for 6 months for
pension purposes.
Yon, pension.
Yeah,
Okay.
for pension purposes. Ang computation ng pension, babalik sa 2-star. At napakalaking bagay yun. Kung,
2-star?
Two-star
Di ba
general.
4-star na kayo?
Kasi kung hindi ko mahawakan ng 4-star ng 6
Yung
months,
3.
babalik ako sa 2-star. Because hindi ako nag-3-star eh.
Oh, ganun.
Yeah.
Okay. So 2-star naging 4-star dahil nag-chief PNP kayo.
Yeah.
At kung hindi nyo nabuo yung 6 months, di 2-star pension.
Ang
At
pension ko 2-star.
Yeah, okay.
So
Okay.
malaking bagay para sa akin 'yun. Wala
Yeah.
naman tayong kaban-kaban na naipon eh. So I need that pension.
Okay. But that was, people in the PNP understood that.
I don't know
At alam naman nila yon, di ba? Alam
if-
naman ng lahat
I
ng
think they know.
nagre-retiro.
I think they know.
Okay, that's clear. No, that's good. It's good that you cleared it up. And that would have been only fair to you.
Yeah,
Tama
of
naman,
course,
di ba?
Of course.
Para at least yung pension nyo. And for those who are watching and listening, lahat ng nagre-retire na PNP at AFP, meron kasing pension, yung when you retire, yung basic pay, sir, di ba?
Yeah.
Basic pay, yun pa rin ang magiging monthly
Yeah.
pension mo for as long as you live.
And despite nga ng nahawakan ko na nahawakan ko ng 7 months na yung 4-star. Nung tinaas ko ang kamay ko at nag-take ako ng oath kay Secretary Ralph Recto, 2 hours later, ang Danapolcom, led by Attorney Kalinisan, si Rafael Vicente Kalinisan, na Viseyo ngayon ng Napolcom, went on air and called for a press conference, and it was settled. Sabi niya, ipso facto resigned with no pension benefits except for the CAL. Yun ang desisyon niya eh. And good thing that the President just, you give him his retirement. But if you ask the Vice Chairman and Executive Officer ngayon, si Kalinisan, he would have opted to just kick me out without any pension.
Why would
I
you do
don't know.
that? That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one thing na sabi ko nga, it's really something that I need to clear up.
Okay. But you can confirm, sir, that you're getting your pension as,
Yeah, I am.
as PNP.
I am.
Okay. As 4-star,
Yeah, as 4-star.
Okay. Good. Okay.
It was processed by Secretary John Vic. Si Secretary John Vic mismo ang nag-assure niyan sa akin na you get the full benefits of a 4-star.
Okay.
Overriding the Vice Chairman. Vice Chairman niya lang naman si Kalinisan eh.
Okay. Okay.
Uy! Tigil niyo muna yung pakikinig ng show na to, ha? Oo, ito po ang The Cool Pals.
Hello.
Hello sa inyo, sa mga nakikinig
Tumingin ka sa
ng
camera.
podcast na to.
Sa
Hello,
camera.
hello sa inyo.
Hello.
Ito po ang kwentuhang inuman lang, long table inuman, may uupong guest, at makikipagkulitan sa amin. Ganun lang po ang podcast namin. Kaya kung trip nyo makakinig ng mga lasing,
Ayaw umiinom. Parang ayaw mo na mamilit kung gusto nilang ano.
hindi, bahala na sila. Tapos pag nakinig sa atin, magre-reklamo.
Huwag ka na lang makinig, ganun ba? Papatanggal nyo sa trabaho? Hindi
Hindi.
na gustuhan?
Hindi yan.
Huwag na kayo makinig!
Sige.
Huwag na!
Dito.
Bumalik na kayo sa show na!
Oo,
Sabihin
yun na
mo,
nga,
hindi
yun
na
na
kayo
yan.
pupuntahan!
Tinanggal
Huwag kayo
sa-
pupunta sa show na!
Ano?
Pero kung gusto nyo makinig, punta na kayo sa
Oo,
The Cool
pwede naman.
Pals.
Ganda naman eh.
Di ako minom.
So para bang everything's water under the bridge.
Yeah.
Parang because you accepted this MMDA post and then you decided na, okay, I'm gonna move forward in my life. Parang feeling nyo na, okay na yan.
Yeah,
Kahit ano pang
of course,
nangyari
of course.
dati.
And I'm very thankful to Secretary John Vic Rimulya na talagang he overruled the Napolcom Vice Chairman, na Vice Chairman niya lang naman at wala naman sa poder talaga para mag-decide sa mga bagay na yun. And then he assured me at ngayon on process na nga at I'm about to get it. And also to Secretary Boying to Ombudsman Boying Rimulya for clearing me out dahil nako.
Bakit? Why? May kakaso kayo?
Napakarami ng harassment case ko because of the Kibuloy.
Ilan?
and
Talaga? Ilan po? Ilan?
Napakarami. Too many to count.
Pero di ba they always say, pag nasa serbisyo kayo, talagang that's one of the occupational hazards.
Yeah.
Kung hindi ka nagkakaso, hindi ka nagpulis o
Ayun na nga,
sundalo, ganun.
ang kailangan nga lang dyan sa mga kaso na yan, ang realistic impact talaga niyan is that you have to clear everything before you
Yeah, or-
retire.
yes,
so that
or
get
else
your
you won't get your pension,
Otherwise, like me, sa ngayon, kung hindi sa tulong ni Ombudsman Boying Rimulya, hindi ako magkakapensyon. Magkakapensyon ako outright. Pero at any given time, kung halimbawa may penalty na dismissal, everything stops and maybe you have to even return money.
Oo. Di ba sir, pag upon retirement, meron kayong, ano yun ba yun, lump sum?
Lump sum.
Or yung, anong tawag?
Yung CAL.
Yung CAL, no?
Cumulative leave credits.
Oo. So, yung
Accrued leaves.
pension, sweldo, plus yung ang dami-daming accumulated leave credits, di ba?
I've been in this job for 36 years. So,
Yeah, oo. And then, so kinuha nyo ng lump sum or tapos after 3 years, that's when you get your monthly. Ganun ba yun? Is that
yeah.
what you did?
yes.
Yeah.
Pero sa hanggang ngayon, hindi pa na-release nga lang dahil nga kini-clear out pa ako ni
Ay, ganun?
Secretary
Di pa
Boy.
na-
Yeah.
How long? Ano na ngayon? Wait. Teka muna. March 2026 na.
Ganun lang talaga. Ganun talaga. I have to
Okay.
wait really.
Yeah, but did they say when? I mean, like,
But
likely? When is it likely?
anytime now siguro dahil kinlear out naman kami kinlear up naman ni Secboy, ni Ombudsman Boying ang lahat ng mga kaso eh.
Oh, uy, bigay nyo na yung pension niya, ha? Diyos ko. Nag-move on na siya. Dapat mag-move on na rin kayong lahat. Okay. So anyway, sir, teka, so balik tayo dun sa MMDA. Tapos lately kasi merong, yung story about yung mga traffic violations ng wife nyo. What is that about?
Well,
ano yung September 5, 2025 traffic violation niya?
ang mga violation ni Mrs. ay 3 coding.
Ginamit niya yung
Isang-
kotse na naka-coding?
May window time kasi.
Ah, okay.
May window time. So legal mo namang magamit ang car.
Okay.
The problem if you're stuck in traffic, ang AI naman wala namang pinipili yan. Pag sinabi niya alas 7 na, wala na yung window time, pak. O, start na ulit, pak. Manghuhuli na naman ng manghuhuli. So 3 times siyang inabutan ng ganon. And ang isa is tumapak sa bus lane. Tumapak sa bus lane, parang pumasok ang nakita ko. Kasi may videos eh. Pwede
Yes.
mong i-review ang video kung gusto mong i-contest. Makikita mo, dumaan tumapak sa bus lane dahil parang may iniwasan. Ganun naman ang,
Yeah,
ganun
automatic.
naman ang
Yeah.
AI. Ay, wala, bayad na lang.
Ah, okay.
So, nagkataon lang kasi na, naisip ko lang bigla yun eh, na ipacheck yung mga plate numbers ng aming mga sasakyan namin. I-check ang plate numbers. Ayun nga, true enough, apat yung violation na record sa plate number niya.
Okay. Well, how did you know na may violation na gano'n? I mean, somebody told, may nag-report
No,
siya na mismo or paano?
No, sa MMDA kasi meron tayong NCAP eh.
Okay.
Yung may facility rin
No
sa
contact.
may yung no contact apprehension policy yung sa mayhulika.mmda.gov.ph.
Oo.
So, pwede mo ma-check doon.
Yeah.
So naisip ko lang one time, chinek ko. Meron pala. Bayaran na natin. At
Magkano
ganun din.
binayad, sir? 2,000?
Mura lang naman. Mura lang actually ang NCAP pag binayaran mo ng prompt. Pag
okay.
yung hindi mo na hinintay na ipadalhan ka pa. It's,
Okay. So, pero hindi alam ng wife nyo na meron siyang ganon? Na
Alam niya.
Alam
Sinisingil ko siya. Inaway ako. Di binayaran ko na lang.
Pero, nung nangyari, hindi pa niya sinabi sa'yo? Ganun ba?
Hindi niya rin alam.
Hindi niya
Hindi niya rin alam. Hindi
okay.
niya, kasi no contact nga eh. No contact apprehension policy.
Okay.
So,
Oo. Pero
Yung
was she apologetic? Was she guilty? Or,
Hindi, galit nga eh.
Galit na parang,
Hindi.
hindi, alam ko na. Parang, MMDA General Manager ka na nga. Ganon?
hindi. Siyempre apologetic siya na hindi ko naman alam na inaabutan kami ng NCAP camera pala dahil, ganun talaga. Pag ikaw ay coding, isang sugal talaga yung gagamitin mo siya sa window hours. Dahil kung sa Republic of Makati ka dumaan, walang window dyan eh. So, ganun din, mahuhuli ka dyan. So, kung dito ka naman sa areas na merong window hours at inabutan ka ng traffic at hindi ka makabalik o makaalis sa roadway na sa window hour na yan, maabutan ka ngayon sa violation, maabutan ka ng violation.
But she drives herself.
May driver, may kasama. Ang mga anak namin nagda-drive din. So,
Okay. Pero siya ang may violation.
sa kanya nakarehistro eh. Sa kanya nakarehistro sa sasakyan.
Diyos ko.
Kaya
Diyos ko.
wala kang lusot talaga dun.
Okay. Sir, so, di ba, lahat itong yung mga ginagawa niyo sa MMDA, ano pa yung mga pakulo? Because naalala ko when you were still Chief PNP, kunyari, may pakulo kayong boxing, halimbawa. Di ba, sino yung hinamon niyo for boxing? Kasi sino nga ba yun? Si Paste, di ba, na hindi natuloy. Na i-host, naalala ko pa, may tumawag sa akin na i-host daw ng Soler. Saan nyo nakukuha yung mga ganong mga Ideas.
Well, hindi idea. It was a situation that just came up. So, there was a challenge issued. Inaccept natin. Kasi nagkataon naman na meron ako nakitang reason dahil maganda rin mag-fundraising during that time dahil katatapos ng bagyo nun. Talagang grabe ang daming nasalanta nun. Kaya because of the process of that, nakapag-donate tayo ng generator sets, nakapagpadala ako ng...
Kahit walang boxing,
Kahit walang boxing, may
may
na-raise.
sponsor
Kasi
na.
maraming nag-donate eh.
Nag-donate.
So people donated money. People really wanted it na mangyari, to happen. Pero hindi nga nangyari. Pero ando na rin. Hindi man lang pwedeng bawian ng kanilang sponsorship eh.
Okay. And when you, etong naalala ko nung lumabas yung balita about yung co-perpetrators, halimbawa ni former President Duterte. So syempre, andun yung mga pangalan ni Nabato, Secretary Aguirre, etc. Tapos ang usapan was about kailan kaya lalabas yung warrant of arrest. Tapos may mga nagsasabi sa social media, pahuli natin kay Nick Torre yan kasi sigurado. Meron bang nagsasabi sa'yo or nagtatanong sa'yo na paano bang, meron bang ganon or wala?
Wala naman. Ang isa naman ang sasagot ko dyan eh.
Ano, sir?
Ay, salamat. Hindi na ako pulis.
Ganon. Bakit
Diba?
naman? Bakit
Well,
naman?
for one, Bato is a friend. Si Sir Bato is a friend.
Yeah.
Si Bongo is also a friend. Si Vice President Sara, we have working relationship before. We have a good working relationship actually before that. There was one
Before
time
the arrest of her
yeah,
father.
when I was district director of Quezon City, I'm just dalawa lang kami na pulis ang na district director. Ako at saka si General Craft ang kanyang isinamang awardee sa Pasidungog 2023 ba yun? I think 2023 or 2022. Because Quezon City Police District under me before was providing lots of support, especially on vehicles and manpower during the rescue and relief operations pag may mga disasters. Kasi yung kanilang disaster operation center under kay Boss Aymard Eje, nandun sa Banawe, sa Quezon City. So, we're providing lots of support. So, we have a working relationship with her and her office
Okay.
before. Yeah.
Even before the arrest
Yeah,
of her father.
before, yeah.
Yeah. Pero how did you, okay, so syempre you arrested, parang big time arrests to di ba? Like did you just feel like, well, it's a job I have to do and, I'm just gonna go do it?
Yeah, in
And
both arrests
parang-
kasi, in both arrests, in Kibuloy case or the former President Digong Duterte, I felt na talagang trabaho lang talaga eh. Because the warrants of arrest were valid. There was a necessity to implement it. And ako nasa opisina sa opisina ko bumagsak ang utos at ang trabaho. Dahil ako yung commander eh. Sa Kibuloy case, ako ang regional director. So, sino pa ang uutusan na iba? Hindi ako. Or kung hindi man ako utusan, utos ng korte yun eh. Kung hindi man ako explicitly na utusan ng top level ko, utos ng korte eh. Ang liwanag ng sinabi to any officer of the law. Ito si Mr. Kibuloy wanted for these crimes. Arestuhin nyo at dalhin dito sa akin. Yun ang sinasabi ng warrant of arrest. So I have to comply with it. Then, sa case naman ni former president, ganun din. May warrant din galing sa ICC and as requested by the Interpol, we have to assist them in implementing the warrant. So, we assisted the Interpol. Nagkataon naman na ako naman ang direktor ng CIDG. So, sino pa nga ba ang uutusan? Dahil ang CIDG, yan talaga ang kanyang trabaho. Yan talaga ang primary na trabaho niya. Ang mag-implement ng mga ganyang warrants of arrest. So, ako uli ang naisubo. Ako uli ang nandun.
Napasubo, ganon. And then, but now you say, hi, salamat na hindi na ikaw ang
Di ba?
chief
So,
PNP.
ganun lang yun. May hindi naman na araw-araw indulto at bagyo. May time din minsan na nakakalusot ka rin kahit paano by stroke of luck and fate.
Okay.
Di ba?
Pero what advice would you give to those who would have to carry out that warrant of arrest?
Well, kuwan na nila yun, mga personal decisions and personal convictions nila yun. If they believe in it, then they do it. If they don't believe in it, well, they can always resign their position if they think that they cannot do it anymore. So, ganun lang.
But what do you do if someone is on the run, for example? If someone is on the run or in hiding, tapos may warrant, kung lalabas ang warrant of arrest?
Well, kung pulis pa ako at decisionan ko whether I will implement the warrant or not. Pero well, yun na nga sabi ko hi, salamat, hindi na ako pulis. So, I don't have that dilemma anymore.
Okay. So, in the next, for example, so we are March 2026 na tayo. What else are we going to see you do as MMDA General Manager?
Ay,
In the next 6 months.
walang katapusang trabaho sa MMDA. You know, that's a frontline police, that's a frontline government service, no?
Sir, slip of the tongue.
Yeah.
Police.
That's a government frontline government service. May 7 areas kanya eh, 7 mandates, no? Coordination, inter-unit coordination kasi 17 LGUs nga yan. Andyan yung urban planning, andyan yung traffic, waste management, flood control, andyan yung urban renewal, yung urban blight, and may covered pa namin pati ang public safety. So, walang katapusang trabaho na yan. So, sa ngayon, ang tinitingnan natin dahil summer, ang mapansin nyo, ang mga focus namin, yung clean up ng estero in preparation for the ulan. Para sa flooding. Hopefully, may mangyayari, may makikita naman ating mga kababayan na kahit na umuulan ay hindi naman ganoon kalakas ang flooding. Sa ngayon din, isa rin, dahil ang traffic naman, walang season yan. All season na problem yan. So, tinitingnan natin on how we can alleviate traffic. Ngayon, may nangyaring mga gulo sa ibang parte ng mundo na naapektuhan ngayon, pati ang fuel prices, and may mga nakaamba na mga price increases and all these things, no? So kung may crisis na dumarating, ang tinitingnan din kasi namin, ako personally, nakikita ko rin opportunity rin eh. So maybe this is a good opportunity to also campaign for something that's near my heart, that I really believe in it. Yun nga, active mobility. So maybe it's time to really promote this aggressively, na mas ngayon may additional reason ang tao na gumamit ng bisikleta at maglakad because nga of the prohibitive fuel prices na ina-expect natin na mangyayari. So, eto. And then, of course, summer pa, urban greening, yung mga parks ngayon na rehabilitate namin, and para in preparation na pagdating nung tag-ulan naman, medyo naka-ready na ulit tayo para harapin naman ang panibagong challenge.
Okay. Sir, itong panibagong challenge, did you feel like you reinvented yourself? That you're a new you? Parang ganon? In a way?
Well, to some extent, yes. The way I interact with people, dati command, ngayon may malaking pakisama na covered kasi dati is madali lang ang command at merong internal PNP disciplinary machinery. Ngayon, ang civil service URACs kung gusto mong binggahin ng tao ng black and white, which I really avoid to do kasi syempre pati ang pamilya nila apektado dyan dahil sweldo nila ang natatamaan eh. So I would rather talk to them, make them perform, inspire them to do their job properly, na itaas ang kanilang moral so that they will approach public service in another light, no? So, yan. Pero sa general terms kasi, ang PNP at saka yung MMDA job is parehong frontline public service delivery. Frontline government service delivery. So, ang tingin ko lang dyan, simpleng-simple, it's just a matter of personal and logistics management with command and control. So, matter of placing the right people who will deliver the service together with the logistics that they need to deliver the service, and then making sure that they are properly supervised. So, command and control. So, ganun ang ginagawa ko sa PNP, ganun ang ginagawa ko ngayon dito sa MMDA.
Okay. How long do you think you're going to stay in the position?
Depende. As the president wishes, I'm a presidential appointee. Depende sa presidente kung hanggang kailan niya ako gusto dyan sa MMDA na mag-deliver ng trabaho. At kung nagugustuhan niya ang trabaho, then very well.
But what do you project? I mean, let's say, the president wants you there. How long do you think you're going to be staying there?
Well,
How long can you last there?
Until he replaces me or until the next president comes along and replaces me.
Okay. Sir, final words. But this time, parang I want you to talk to the public, no? The people who are watching and listening. Siyempre, they're very interested in you, what happened to you, what are you doing now, for example. Ano yung message nyo sa kanila?
Parang wala naman akong mai-message sa ating mga kababayan sa ngayon. Basta ako ay nandito lamang, nag-deliver ng serbisyo at nandito ako sa MMDA. So I would rather promote yung MMDA ngayon. Kaya ang sa amin is palaging public service ng MMDA. Hindi pa nila naririnig yung 136. If you want the service of MMDA or especially in times of emergency, nabangga kayo dyan sa EDSA, sa Commonwealth, sa Quezon Avenue, sa Rose Boulevard, at sa C5, at sa iba pang major roads natin, just dial 136. And ang aming service guarantee is makakarating sa inyo ang aming personnel na makakatulong sa inyo in 5 minutes at re-resolbahin ang inyong problema within 10 minutes. So, dial 136 at kayo ay aming sagutin within 5 rings.
5 rings.
Yeah,
Okay.
pwede natin i-test kayo kung gusto nyo, ma'am. Yeah, you
Now?
can test it now. Yeah.
Wait.
Pwede mo
136
i-test.
sa cellphone lang, ha?
Yeah. Call it sa cellphone 136 and then speaker on mo.
Okay.
And then just
Teka, sir,
test
ha?
it.
Teka. Okay. Siyempre, kailangan ko mag-eyeglasses. Wait. 136.
Yeah.
136 lang, ganon?
Yeah, 136 and then
Eh, sir, paano pag ano?
Sige, sagutin. Ikaw ano, ma'am. Ilagay mo sa microphone.
Hala, ay, teka, ang baba ng signal ko. Teka. Bakit
Parang dito sa
ganyan?
loob ng building yata, walang signal
Oo, ano ba
Mahinang
to?
signal, ano?
Wait, mahinang signal ko. Teka, wait. That's my globe line. Teka, I'll try
Smart.
sa smart. Pero sir, habang nagda-dial ako dito, ay, naku, mali yung, I was about to say kung ano yung pin ko sa phone. Shh, quiet. Wait, eto na. Okay. Sir, habang pinag-uusapan pa natin itong 136 at public service, 136,
Yeah.
ganun na. Since ang public service pwedeng elective position.
Reach the MMDA hotline.
Okay.
If this is an emergency, please press 1 now.
Press 1.
For other concerns,
One?
press 2.
Press 1.
Sir, paano ba yan pag
Sige
ako?
lang, sige lang.
This call is being recorded for quality
One.
assurance.
Sir, ikayo
Dapat
yung...
5 rings, may sasagot sa'yo 1.
O pag nag-ring, pag sumagot,
Sabihin mo lang na nagtatest ka, kasama mo ako,
2 rings. Hi, MMDA? Yeah. Oo, this is Pia Ontiveros. Nagre-record lang ako ng podcast. Kasama ko kasi si General Manager Nick Torre. So, tinetest lang namin. Pero eto siya, totoo to.
Hello, maraming salamat ha. Buti sinagot mo. Alam mo, kinakabahan ako ng tono. And I'm very sure naman I'm very sure na ready kayo palagi. Sige, maraming salamat.
Okay, so sir, may proof kami ha. Paglalabas ng podcast na to, this phone call is part of the show. Sige, thank you. Salamat. Okay. Kinakabahan din ako. Sabi ko baka hindi. 2 rings, sir. Ay, hindi.
Never.
Less than 2 rings.
Never
1.5
fail.
rings.
Never
1.5
fail.
rings lang. Pero sir, teka muna. May isa pa. So, public service pinag-uusapan. Siyempre, I'm sure you know this, no? Pinag-uusapan din yung pangalan nyo for 2028. For whatever
Are they?
position. Yes.
Is it?
For elections na tumakbo.
Oh,
Have you
wow.
thought about that? And I'm sure people have mentioned it to you. What
Alam
do
mo,
you think?
hindi ko na kailangan maghintay ng 2028 para tumakbo.
Ay, sir,
May 16,
alam ko na
2026.
running.
Di ba? May 16, 2026, takbo
Yeah.
at bike laban sa mga bully.
Oo.
Pakisuportahan nyo naman kami.
Yeah, thank you for promoting that again, sir. Pero sagutin nyo naman yung tanong ko. Is running for an elective post in the horizon for General Nick Torre?
Hindi ko pinag-iisipan sapagkat ngayon talagang busy tayo sa MMDA. Well, kung ano man ang what's in it for us, what's in it for me, sa banda-banda riyan, hindi ko pa pinag-iisipan eh. Sa ngayon talagang sa akin lang is do good first in MMDA dahil baka for all my life, all my working life, isa lang ang trabaho ko pagpupulis. Ito ang second job ko ang MMDA. I'm not very sure kung ako'y magsasucceed dito. And now, I'll be looking for a third job. Hindi muna. So, second job muna at tingnan muna natin. Mag-succeed muna tayo rito bago
Okay,
natin pag-isipan ang
pagbubutihin
iba
mo
pa.
muna to,
Yeah.
tapos tingnan natin. Pero you're not saying na hindi kayo kinakausap. May mga nagsasabi sa'yo or naririnig mo.
Wala pa naman kumakausap sa akin. At
Talaga,
maybe,
wala pa nagsasabi, uy, Nick ha, pwede kang tumakbo. Ganun.
Sa social media, hati eh. Meron dyan na tumakbo ka.
Meron
Meron namang
doon,
iba na tumakbo ka papunta sa labas at pag nagpresidente si ganito, yari ka.
Okay,
So,
okay.
Both of them nagsasabi tumakbo, iba-iba lang ang direksyon.
Okay. Anyway. O sige sir, teka, yung final words nyo, balikan nyo lang ulit. So, di ba, 136, tapos, sige.
Ako ay nagpapasalamat lang, ma'am, sa pagkakataong ibinigay
Sir,
mo
wag
sa
niyo akong
akin.
imam. I'm so uncomfortable with that. Siyempre, general kayo.
No.
Ako yung magsasir sa inyo.
I'm just thankful na binigyan niyo ako ng ganitong pagkakataon, maihag ang programa ng MMDA, matanong ko ng konti ang background ko o kung ano mga nangyayari sa buhay ko.
Yeah. At i-clear the air lang sa kung ano nangyari dati. Oo.
Natutuwa naman ako sa mga panahong, sa mga opportunities na ganito. At ako'y nagpapahayag lamang sa ating mga kababayan itong mga programa ng MMDA dahil I think MMDA is ready to really deliver these services that Metro Manilans need. So, itong aming ginagawa ngayon ay para sa kabutihan ng nakararami. At hopefully, they support us so that we can be better in what we are doing.
General Manager Nick Torre of the MMDA. Sir, thank you very much for joining us here on Let's Talk. Maraming salamat po, sir. Ha? Thank
Maraming
you.
salamat din po.
And thank you, of course, to all those who listened and or watched on Spotify or wherever you listen or watch. Thanks.
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.